How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well, and thank you for joining me for yet another video down the day ticket. I'm back now. It's Wednesday morning. I've come straight back in the peg we finished on yesterday. If you see the last vlog, trying to give the old carp a right pasting, because I need to try something. It's been in my head since I left here yesterday about this paste. Is it really crayfish repellent? I don't know. There's only one way I'm going to find out, and that's to come back in here, do exactly the same as we did yesterday, but wrap some paste around the hook bait. So that's what we're going to do. I will point out it's the morning, not the afternoon, so that is different, but I did look it up last night. Crayfish don't really have feeding habit times. They eat all the bloody time. I think they're like a bream, they just don't stop. So the fact that it's morning now and when I did the last video was afternoon should make no difference whatsoever. It is bloody cold. Already got the old coffee on. Cheers all. Let me spin you around, show you where we are in case this is the first video you've ever seen. But if it is, I would maybe look at trying to give the carp a right pasting before you watch this, because it really will make a lot more sense. Anyway, let's spin you around and let's get into it. So we've come back in the peg that I finished off in yesterday. It's bloody freezing. I've got this far, bank sticks in, net set up, mat, carp care kit and all that, and I've had to stop and put the kettle on. Try to defrost my fingertips. Absolutely bloody freezing. It was foggy all the way here, so I think that was keeping a frost off. But yeah, that wind blowing down here is Baltic cold. It's meant to be about 8 degrees apparently on the weather app. I can guarantee you it is not even half of that. It's really that bloody cold. So let me get some rods sorted and let's get into it. This is going to be more, like I say, I'm going to give it the same time scale, about an hour and 20 minutes. Well, I'm going to give it an hour and 30 in fact. And I want to see if the result is different on the hook baits because I'm wrapping paste around it. Who knows, I might even catch a carp. That's the idea of coming fishing, is to catch a carp. But this is just to answer a question which some of you will be interested to know, like I am. So let's get the rods on the rest, set up, and let's get them in. So I'll just show you, there's two rods sat there that are set exactly the same as the rod I'm now about to show you. So mainline, 18-pound KORDA contour fluorocarbon, then a length of the old dark matte tungsten tubing down to, that's a KORDA running clip in there, run sleeve, 2.5 ounce swivel distance lead, size 8 quick change swivel. Apologies, it's all encased in the paste. I've already wrapped it. That's why I said maybe watch the other video, you'll know then. In here is a winter spice hook bait. All three rods have got winter spice on. All I've done is I've encased it in paste, but I've left the end visual, so there's a scent, a visual, etc. But it means if they want that bait out there, they've got to get that paste off it to get to it. That's how I'm going to do the experiment. Yesterday on the middle rod we had the plum good one. I said I wasn't going to put a rod back out into the middle. I didn't see the point. For this purpose of this video, I do think there's a point. That has got a winter spice on it this time. It is going to go back out in the middle. Again, it's wrapped with just the end on show. So I just want to see whether they just didn't touch the plum goo, if they are out in the middle channel, because when we was over there, they touched it. They killed the pop-up out in the middle channel, which was a plum goo with something else. Come along here, it's the same channel running through here. There's no reason there'd just be crayfish over there and nothing here. When there's crayfish there and there, they're going to be there, but they didn't touch the hook bait or the paste. So if that hook bait gets taken, then we know the paste isn't crayfish proof. If none of the rods get touched and they come in like that after an hour and a half, then I'm going to go out there and say that the crayfish do not like this paste, and to me that's a winner. But however, if they do and they hammer the hook bait, it just means the hook bait is that attractive that they ignore the paste. So either way, to me it's a win. You know, I'm going to learn something from this video. You lot watching it are, and David's looking forward to getting the result himself, because I spoke to him about it and he said, mate, honestly, let me know, because it's not designed to be like that, but if it is, that's awesome. So let's get some rods in and see what happens. So let's get them out there then. They're going to go in the exact same spots they did yesterday. I'm going to leave them for an hour and a half. Like I say, the only difference is this time the hook bait is encased in paste, apart from the edge, which is on show visual, and the scent of the hook bait can get out of the paste. So let's see what happens. Okay, time to get the middle rod out. Like I say, that's going to go in the middle of the lake where it was fished yesterday on the plum goo. Now time for the left rod, that's going down this near margin where it was fished yesterday. Okay, all three rods back out on spots I finished off on yesterday. Like I say, there's nothing gone out there other than the paste and the hook bait. I've put the stand there ready to sit you on to watch the rods. Like I say, it's unlikely we're going to catch a carp. It seems ridiculous doing a carp fishing video saying it's unlikely we're going to catch a carp. I'm not really here to try and get a carp, but if we do, I'll be more than happy, you know, because it shows that what I'm doing actually works. If we don't, and the hook baits come in the way they went out and all the paste comes in the same, then I'm going to take away from this that the crayfish don't like that paste, which is a massive game changer for a lot of us, you know. And if it works out that the crayfish do hammer the hook bait and leave the paste alone, just take enough off to get the hook bait, it means that the hook bait is that attractive to them, which it will be to the carp, that they're willing to work through something they don't like to get to it. So whatever way you look at this, it's going to be a positive outcome, you know. In an ideal world, it would be catch a carp and the other two come in untouched. That would be the perfect scenario to finish this off, but we shall see. I'm going to put you back on here now, or back on here, you've not been on here yet. I'm putting you on here now, and I'm going to get the kettle back on because it's still bloody freezing. Anyway, I'll leave you watching the rods. Let's see what happens. Well, you've been sitting on those rods for about half an hour now. The weather is deteriorating. It's meant to become sunny today. It's meant to be sunny. Clouds are going to break, fog's going to lift, etc. It had lifted when I got here. It's now coming back in. You can see it moving across the lake. I'm already 2 coffees into my session, or 2 coffees into my morning here so far. And I've been here probably an hour. Kettle's going to have to go back on again because it's still bloody freezing. I'll pop you back down there, we'll keep watching, but like I say, we've got an hour left now. I've had no twitches or bangs or nothing like that on the rods. The lines are fairly tight, so you would know if a crayfish is plucking away at it. So far, so good. Sadly, no carp, but yeah, don't think we've had any crayfish either. So I'll pop you back down there and let's see how the last hour goes. Cheers all, first one of this vlog, 3rd of the morning, and you'll see behind me the weather is absolutely terrible. It's meant to be bright sunshine today, that's the forecast. I mentioned in the last video, last night before I left here, I said I'm going to nip to Angling Direct, get some adjustable zig kits. I've been and got some of those. Really glad at the moment I've got those because the weather looks perfect for zigging, doesn't it? Never mind, we're still going to give them a go today at some point, so that will be a future video coming out. But while I'm having my coffee, I just take the time as always to say thank you to you lot for supporting the channel in whatever way that you are. It really is appreciated, especially after the amount of blank videos I've put out, because I've put a lot out. It's just how it's going. I'm having a really bad run at the moment. I know the weather's changed, but you know, I'm just having a bad run. So honestly, if you are still watching, honestly, thanks very much. Especially you lot that are subscribed, you're supporting me in the strongest way possible. So all you lot that click subscribe, honestly, thank you very much. If you haven't, or you're new to the channel, please have a look, consider it. It is free, there's no contract. You just press subscribe, it takes a couple of seconds, you're done. If you change your mind, press it again, you've unsubscribed. It's that simple. Don't forget the bell icon. If you do subscribe, then you'll know when I release a video. If you don't subscribe, you can't do that, and my videos come out at 6 PM in the evening, so if you want to check after then, you'll know if I've put one out or if not. Like I say, if you don't subscribe, maybe give the video a thumbs up, comment every now and then, that really does help. But again, if you don't want to do nothing, you just want to turn your TV on, watch your YouTube, turn it off when you're done, you're still supporting me by giving me the view to begin with. So whatever it is you do, honestly, from me, thanks very much. Right, I'm going to leave you watching these for the last, I don't know, 45 minutes, whatever we've got, and then if nothing happens, we'll get the rods in and we'll see what they look like. So nothing has happened, and we're about 20 minutes off the allocated time left. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring all 3 rods in now and we're going to have a look. Okay, if the hook baits have been hammered by the crays, then I know it doesn't work. However, if I bring the rods in and they haven't been touched by the crays, I'm going to remove the paste off all of the rods and then put them back out for another hour and see then when we bring them in if they've been hammered then, because I can't really work out how I can guarantee what I'm going to tell you at the end of this video, but this gives me the best chance, because if they've not been touched now, I take the paste off and then put them back on the same spots again for the same amount of time, and they come in hammered. It means the crays are there, they just didn't go near the hook baits because of the paste. That's the only way I can be sure in what I'm going to say if that is the case. So let's wind the rods in and let's have a look. I've set the camera up there so you can see them come in. So obviously I've not tampered with nothing, not that I would, but if I do it on camera, bring each rod in, show you what they look like, we can see what's happened, we'll put them back out if we need to, and we'll go from there. It's actually moulded up a bit now. I'm not in my suit anymore. I've still got my hat on and that, but it's not actually as cold as it was the last like half an hour. It's definitely warmed up. So straight away again, look at that. That is, we're away. Right, well this is a proper game changer now, because the paste is still on that hook bait. It's got a piece of stone stuck to the paste, the hook bait's not been touched, and we've just got a take. So yeah, right in the deep water as well. I thought, what's my buzzer going off for? I've just picked the rod up, I'm not even on it. Let me just check I've, oh yeah, thank God I've pressed record this time, because there's been times where I haven't. The hard fighting in that deep water. Get in there. He ain't a big fish, but he's an important one, a very important one. Just rest the net there so you can't get out. Right, he's set in there, he's safe, he's not going anywhere. Just want to show you this rod now. This is how we brought it in, okay? This stone that was stuck to it from the lake bed, paste is still there. The hook bait, if I can get hold of it, I'm getting in a right mess. It hasn't been touched. It's not been touched at all, so I am going to take that paste off, and just chop this back out. So we'll just rip that off. Our bird can have a bit of paste. Let's just clean that up. Needs a better clean. Let me get a leaf. It needs to be cleaner than that. I'll just do it on camera so you can see what I'm doing. Right, I'm going to put that back down the edge now, where we got crayed yesterday. So what a fantastic result. Before I get that right hand rod in and check it, we're going to sort the fish out. That is priority. I'm going to get him out on the mat, get him unhooked and treated. I will show you, he's not a big fish, but the size is irrelevant. It's what it means, you know. So let's get him out on the mat, have a look, and let's get him back. So let's have a little look at him. He's even christened the new old Carp Care kicks. The other one had ran out. Common, I reckon he's about £9. Lovely condition, very well behaved. I'm going to lift you up, young man. We're going to get you back. Is your fin down? Yeah. Fin's down. All right, let's take you back to the water. Gently put you in there. He's all been treated. He's full of life. You ain't going to take no going back. Thank you very much. You're a very important fish and you probably don't even realise it. So before we get that right hand rod in to check it, middle rod is set exactly the same. It's going back out there. If we're giving that left and right hand rod another hour without paste, I'm definitely giving the middle rod another hour out there, exactly how we've just caught. So now this one's back out fishing, let's bring this one in and see what the damage on this one is, if there is any at all. Well, both bits of paste are still present. Hook bait's not been touched. So far, things are looking how I want them to be. Let's remove the paste. Just give that a clean up. Let's put it back out there for an hour like that now, see what happens. I'm not convinced that didn't just tangle, to be honest. No, it's fine. So those three rods are all back out now for the next hour. Like I said, it'd be great if that middle one went off again. Didn't expect it to go off, but it has done. So far, things are going according to plan. Yesterday, nothing went according to plan. Today, it's going pretty well. So I'm intrigued to see what happens when the left hand and right hand rod comes back in. If they've now been crayed, then there really is something in this paste. What it is, I don't know, but there is something about this paste that they don't like. So yeah, that will be very, very good. I'm hoping the left and right hand rod come in crayed to hell. Half the bait's missing like yesterday would be awesome. If they come in untouched, then I've just got to accept that the crays weren't there. But I'm pretty sure they are. So let's see what the next hour brings. Well, the weather's bloody deteriorated again. It was coming over like bright. It's now not. Back in them and my boots again now. We were down to Crocs and joggers, weren't we? We're back in the old winter suit now. Just been making this. If any of you watching this that have asked for me to do this, I've just made it. That's how I make my blowback rig. It's nothing special. It's the same as any other blowback rig. Just hopefully it's been explained, so if you do look at that video, you'll be able to tie it yourself. I reckon we've got about 30 odd minutes left. I haven't looked at the clock, but I'm guessing I've been about half an hour making that. So I reckon we've got half an hour or so yet. We'll just leave the rods alone. That's it. Probably going to have another coffee, tidy that stuff up. And that's it, put you back on the stand. Yeah, see you in about half hour. Sadly, nothing else has happened on the rods, but it's time to bring them in. Time to just have a check, see what's happened to the left-hand one and the right-hand one. I'm going to bring them in the same order as last time, because you never know, the middle rod could belt off while we bring the left-hand rod in. That'd be cool again, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think we've been very lucky to catch a fish to start with. That's the first fish out in 8 days. So yeah, says a lot, doesn't it? Right, let's get this left-hand rod in. So the paste is still there. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Absolutely hammered it. Bait stop's gone. Barrel's been a third of the way tubed. Yesterday it was half. So again, the same thing has happened as soon as I've taken this paste off. The paste is still round there. It's the same paste I've had on the whole time. As soon as I've took it off, look at the state of it. Right, let's check the right hand one. Should have brought my towel down. Have I got a towel? Hang on a sec. Just wash my hand up in my bucket. Right, let's have a look at this one then. Do you know what? That one, oh no it has. So the paste is broke down a bit. The lead's on show. It's got a bit of a dirty bottom stuck to it, and it's been, I don't know how well you'll see it, it's been attacked at the top this time. The bait stop's still on, but it has been attacked at the top, but not on the scale like the left hand rod has. So that's interesting. Again, that has been touched and the paste hasn't. Now let's bring the middle rod in and see what that looks like. Just wash my hand again. So the paste has come off, it's still on the lead. The hook bait, however, just trying to show you without hooking myself, the hook bait, it ain't been touched, nothing. It's not been touched at all. So the two that haven't had paste on have been touched. The one that, I think, to be honest, I've just pulled that paste off on the way in. I was trying to wind it in slowly, but I think that's my doing. It's still stuck to the bait. That hasn't been touched. So I don't know, I need to dry my hands off and we need to do an outro and a little think what we're going to make of this one. What I'm actually going to do before the outro is, because I'm not too sure how well you see that, I probably wasn't close enough to the camera. So while the rods are in on the floor, this is the left hand rod. Obviously the hook's got stuck in there, so I've just chucked it on the floor, but that is the outcome of that one. Look, pretty much the same as yesterday, that. So that's the left hand one. The middle rod, like I say, it's got a little bit of paste still stuck to it, but can't even get it off. I think I did that on the way in, to be honest. I pulled it off, but it's immaculate. It's not been touched at all. Okay, and then the right hand one, like I mentioned, the paste is still on it, but it had started to be attacked around the top. So it has got cray marks on the top. That's a better zoom. So all three rods again have got the paste left on them. The one that had the paste around the hook bait didn't get touched. The one that was down there didn't get touched with paste on it. Put it back out there, got hammered. The one that was down there with paste on it didn't get touched. Put it back out with paste, got hammered. Yeah, it's time for that outro. So what do we all make of that then? Because it's been quite an interesting and eventful morning, and we've had a fish. So I'm no longer the East Coast Blanca. That title's gone. And I'm going to go out there and say I'm sold that this paste is crayfish repellent, or it definitely keeps them at bay. I don't know if it's out there over a long period of time and starts to break down and more of the hook bait becomes visible, that they'd go through it and get it. I don't know, but it's definitely kept them at bay short term, 100%. So if you're after something that's sort of semi crayfish proof or repellent, you need to get some of this. I don't actually know if David sells it. I've told him last night, mate, if this works how I think it's going to work on this video, you best be ready to sell it. So fingers crossed he does, because honestly, if it does come available, get yourself some. It really is good paste. And we've caught a fish using it, you know, so I've shown it works two ways. Some of you might think, well, why don't you just fish a solid bag? The thing with a solid bag is that goes out identical like a solid bag, a small confined area of high track bait around the lead and around the hook bait. The problem you have with a solid bag is as soon as one fish, it doesn't even have to be a big fish, a couple of pound 10 should do it, swims over the top, it disperses your bag. You've no longer got that. Whereas that paste doesn't come off the lead, it stays exactly like that until it's broken down. And if the roach peck away at it, they can't just nick it and run off. They have to stay there. And I'm sure that something like that, if the carp sees what they're doing, they'd be like, I want to have a look. They come in, and that's how you get a bite. You know, I don't know if that's happened here today. I'm not saying that's what's gone on, but I also want to point out that bite come from 17 feet of water. Just paste with a single hook bait. Nothing around it, no freebies fired in on a lake that hasn't done a bite in 8 days. So you take what you want from that. Like I say, I ain't trying to sell you this paste because I don't even think you can buy it. All I'm saying is, for me, it's worked very well. So if it comes for sale, you'll know about it. If it doesn't, apologies, you've watched this and you can't have it. But anyway, from me, don't forget the old thumbs up, subscribe and all that business. Thank God we've caught a fish. Thanks for sticking with it, everyone. And I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, be lucky yourselves.